Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dungeons and Drams. And for once, my audio is working right off the bat. Yay! Hi, everybody.
Is it though? Are people in the chat?
It might.
Yeah, we should be 100%.
Yeah, like people in the chat, let us know, because boy, it should actually. I've gotten some complaints that I'm a little quiet, so I should have that fixed tonight too, and everything should be working okay. So let us know. And while you do, why don't you guys tell everybody what you're drinking tonight?
Okay, my name's Ed, and I'm drinking La Prague.
Ooh, is that the Carchus 2021?
This is, the Carchus Port and Wine Cask.
Ooh.
That's an amazing choice.
Yes, so, very excited about that. And I'm drinking it out of this very cute little earthenware tumbler that our realtor got us because I'm in a new home. And it's actually just a white void right now. But eventually, this will be looking like something. So they got us a little gift, and they knew we liked whiskey, so they got little itty bitty clay tumblers.
I like it. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Nice. How about you, Clifton?
So I have had a very long day of job interviews. So I wanted to celebrate making it through the day. Not celebrating a new job yet, but celebrating making progress.
Right.
So I went out and bought this Bottle Logic. It is an Imperial Mocha Stout that has been aged in bourbon barrels, finished with coffee, cacao nibs, and marshmallows. So I figured I needed a sweet treat to kind of celebrate a long day. So that's what I'm drinking.
Nice.
Cacao is one of my least favorite words because even when you know how to say it properly, it just doesn't look. It's like, wrong. Is it cocoa? Is that how you spell
Right.
cocoa? It's so silly. Stupid.
Cacao was a noise that they made in the video game Street Fighter when they would
Probably.
when you're beating up the truck or the car.
I am Jason Steve from the Master and Drum. I play as Alessio Morte. Tonight I'm actually feeling in a Scotch mood, so I'm glad Ed, my brother in Rapier, broke out the Lefroy Carchus because I was thinking about that one, but this is one of my favorite SMWS bottles ever.
Oh, hold on. There you go.
It's a 22-year-old Ard. Well, we're not on SMWS.
No,
it's from Ardmore. It's an Ardmore. It's a Highland. It's a Highland Scotch. This is 22 years ex-bourbon, and it's a little bit smoky. And it's it's like drinking like smoked toffee. It's delicious.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
All about it.
Nice. I am starting off with a beer tonight. So my wife and I, we had our 9th wedding anniversary recently, which the theme of the 9th anniversary is pottery, right? So she got me, there's a place we like to go called Sea Dogs, which is just a brewery / restaurant up in New Hampshire, and we belong to the brew club kind of thing. So she got me a mug from there, which I actually really like. It's just something nice about drinking a thing that you got from a person. So my favorite mug is from my kids. My favorite beer mug is from my wife. So, and then
That's sweet.
When the episode is going to get a little bit more sloppy, I'm going to move to Ardbeg and iced tea, which makes a pretty darn good cocktail. Couldn't tell you the ratios because I'm just going to make it up, but it's pretty good.
I'll have to trust you there.
I believe Ardbeg said it should be like a 1 to 5, like Ardbeg to iced tea, but I'm thinking I might go switch it around.
Reverse that?
Yeah.
5 to 1.
Yeah. Let me work it. Awesome. All right. So a couple of quick things. Well, actually, let me actually feed it over to you guys. Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about? Because we always talk about this, but is there anything you guys are looking to promote of your own? No? All right. I probably should have asked you first. Just so you yeah, sorry. Hey, tell me all about how awesome you guys are.
Oh, I'm great, but everybody knew that already.
Yeah.
So friggin' awesome. Got the Master and Journey Club is releasing our Four Roses single barrel pick Friday.
There you are.
Followed by the Penelope Toasted Barrel pick that the following Friday. Followed by our 2 Barrel King MGP picks the following week. Followed by our 2 Jack Daniels picks, which my boy right here, Bourbon Bytes, Cliff, was a part of picking, so cannot wait.
I'm so excited. I mean, I don't have any news that exciting. I mean, definitely, y'all check out the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club. But my stream coming up this week, I am doing Law's Whiskey House, which is a distillery I'm not super familiar with out of Colorado. So I have a few samples from them as well as a single barrel pick from my local store. I'm going to be doing a giveaway of samples on the stream if anyone is curious about that. And then this Friday, my podcast episode that's coming out, I'm going to review the new Lefroy Cargis. I got a sample of it. Haven't tried it yet, so I'm excited to try that. And
dude, you're going to love it. So good.
I'm excited.
Oh, yep. You mean this one?
Yes. It was we did a local meetup with my group, my local group, this past Saturday, and there were so many new bottles. They had Gold Spot and like all these new releases. The new Redbreast Kentucky Oak. So I went around like stealing samples of everything. I'm like, I gotta review this. I gotta review this. I gotta review this.
Yeah. I think that Lefroy Cargis is going to be my first video back out after Labor Day. Took the whole summer off doing my videos and
The new Cargis. What's
Warehouse
what
one?
did they do to that one?
Matured exclusively in Warehouse 1. That's all
The
that they
last
say.
one I have is the PX Sherry finish.
Right.
Oh,
I
that
have
was
that one
fantastic.
too.
Yeah, that was good.
So what's this new Cargis?
I got the PX one here. So let's see. Friends of blah blah blah. Exclusively matured in first fill maker's mark bourbon casks and solely aged in our landmark warehouse that proudly bears our name writ large. Each cast blah blah blah. So yeah, their whole deal is, hey, it smells like the distillery. So.
Well, they say it also is like the closest to the water. I don't know if that's some marketing. I don't know, but I'm excited to try it.
That's definitely.
I feel like people have been debating that forever. Like, does it actually make a difference? And everyone's got like different opinions.
That's definitely some marketing bullshit.
Oh yeah. If there is nothing if not placebo when it comes to whiskey making, like everything is marketing.
Everything's marketing. I mean, to Cliff's point, I reviewed the Kentucky Oak.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off very Kentucky Oakish,
Mm-hmm.
but then it turned to like peaches and cream and almonds, and I'm like, this isn't very Kentucky Oak anymore. I wasn't like I liked it. There wasn't anything wrong with it. I just wasn't a big fan of it. I think the best like specialty finish release that Redbreast has done was that PX cast.
I swear the PX casts are just amazing. I agree. I love that one. So I know the standards are really high with this. So I'm going to review it as a Redbreast lover. So like
for sure.
Sounds weird.
It's cool. But... It's cool to compare them all. It's cool to compare them all. But I still maintain that the 12-year cast strength beats all of them. So.
Unless you've had the 14-year small batch cast strength that I was very, very lucky to have, and that blew everything away. It was also, I believe, PX cask, but it was 14 years cast strength.
Oh my god!
It was
that
the
sounds amazing.
Best Irish I've ever had in my life. I swear.
So I had the 31-year-old Dream cask, whatever.
Okay.
Actually, I got to try one of those at the vault one time. I don't remember which one it was, but
let me get out the tape measure because people.
This is what happens when someone Molly isn't here.
Yeah, this is exactly what happens when Molly isn't here.
Are we even gonna play D&D, or are we just?
I know, right? Yeah.
Are we just gonna measure all night?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for that. No.
Well, it won't take very long to measure. we all drink way too much whiskey.
I mean, if the name fits, or
the name.
Fits,
I mean, I'm pretty much out of the running with my name. So, all right. So, real quick before we get going, I do want to just say one quick thing. I want to thank our current patrons. So we have Tony Two Toes, Steve A, and Adriana at the Hero of the Realm tier, and then we have Mike Cullerton, who's in the chat at the NPC tier, which lets him design an NPC, which you guys will be meeting probably pretty soon. Otherwise, he might kill me if I don't introduce this thing pretty soon, but we'll see. So thank you guys all for your support.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Absolutely.
All right. So we are also streaming on Twitch. So if anybody here is interested in following on Twitch as well and or YouTube, you could find us at Dungeons and Drams, where that's our Twitch handle.
Yeah. Make sure to give us a follow, even if you're watching on YouTube tonight, because it really does help us out, especially growing the Twitch channel. I know it's a bit difficult to get whiskey people to move over to Twitch, but I'm working on it. Bill's working on it. Ed, you also have a Twitch channel, so we're trying to bring people over.
Do I have any channels at this point? I don't even know.
It exists,
You're here.
though.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to load us into our virtual tabletop here. And
Well, first off, Bill, before
Oh,
you
yep.
before you get started, did by any chance did Molly happen to watch any of the shenanigans from last week? Did you talk to her?
So I talked to her briefly. She's been on vacation, so other than she's come, her and a few of my friends are coming over on Friday, so I'll quiz her on Friday. But from what I know, she has not said much of anything yet, but I will insist that she watches them.
Cool.
Beforehand.
Okay.
So all I'm going to do is tell her that it involved a magic school, and I'm sure she'll watch it. So.
Yeah, we have not forgot about her. Yeah, we basically walked into a floating Hogwarts, basically.
Yes. And for anybody who's curious, yeah, so Molly is on vacation last week and this week, but she will be back next week. One last little check, just for anybody who's watching at home. So I'm going to give the music one more shot, or probably many more shots, but here's my next shot. I'm doing it a little different, so tell me if you think the level of the music on this screen here is good. It should be. It should be kind of that main theme in the background. And I'll just assume that's good, and we will load into the land. Oh, EJ, thank you very much for joining the Patreon. Appreciate that. That's great. I got a little notification on my watch, so I'll see it whenever you guys can interrupt my talking if you'd like to at any point.
I'm just saying, EJ owns an English bulldog, and yeah, he's that much cooler just for owning an English bulldog.
Thank you, EJ.
Thank you. All right, cool. So, was that me or was that you?
Ed is having some technical difficulties.
Oh,
His camera glitched out and now he disappeared. So hopefully he can.
All right, we'll give him 30 seconds to get back in. Then
It's because EJ became a patron.
He freaked out. He did like the Kermit and like probably whacked something.
It broke the internet. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. I'm gonna blame ghosts.
I like
the
that.
new house is haunted.
Your new house is haunted, buddy.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So let's head over to the Land of Dimidium while I kind of give you guys a little recap. So, when last we saw our heroes, they had made their way aboard a peculiar floating island they found in the middle of the sea. On this island, they discovered a cave entrance and found a sign indicating it may have something to do with Volantis, another floating island off the northwest coast of Akari. Boom, over there. And where some of the best magic users in the world go for education. After unlocking a couple of doors, they entered a research center, complete with classroom, lab, library, and several other rooms. They explored, found some loot, and ultimately found a water elemental bound to this plane by 2 giant orbs filled with fetid water. After some quick thinking, the group managed to avoid drowning and removed 2 halves of a corrupted pearl of power from the orbs. This set the elemental free, and it quickly exited the room and escaped into the ocean. On the way out of the research center, the group found a perplexing astrolabe as large as a table, which showed 4 illuminated dots, one blue appearing to represent where they were, as well as a green, red, and brown light shown in various directions relative to the group's location. Now, back on the ship, resting right over the slumbering depths, it's about 3 in the morning, and our heroes release the anchor from the island and settle down below deck for a well-deserved rest. So why don't you guys all take a long rest, picking up exactly where we left off.
Nice.
Should I maybe throw you back over here so you can get it to
Yeah.
your characters?
That would be-
There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, figured. All right, so once you guys take a long rest, we'll continue.
All right, all rested up, ready to go. Kind of sad we unhooked that island. I was excited to have a floating island.
Well, the good news is that you still have a floating mimic in the form of a rowboat named
That's
Mimi.
true.
We can't
That's
carry the
pretty-
whole world with us.
I know, right? Just throwing grappling hooks all over the place. Just take it.
Rolling the knife's edge with 15 things on grappling hooks.
What's up, fellas? All right. So let's go ahead and preload the scene. So you wake up to the sound of Squall yelling from the top of the ship. Confess! You wake up in the down in your beds. And yeah, Elric is down here with you guys. You guys wake up, and you just hear kind of like some other murmuring coming from the top deck.
Oh. Should we go and see about what all the commotion is?
Yeah, Daffy seems sound asleep. We'll let her sleep. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, so if you guys are planning on heading up to the top, I'll throw you up there. But so you wake up, you kind of walk along in the boat. You walk past Salt in the kitchen, and you walk past the kitchen where Salt normally is, but he is not there. As you go up to the top deck, you notice that there are a number of people kind of gathered here, and you see Squall holding an orcish sailor over the back railing. He says, "If you didn't let him go, then why were the keys in your locker?" The orc, seeming distressed at his current situation, he says, "I don't know. I didn't let him go. I didn't even know the guy. I don't know why the keys were in my locker. That prisoner was worth 100 gold to me. I can't have traitors on my ship."
Wait, is Squall saying this? Not Salt.
So sorry. Yeah, Squall is over here, towards the back of the ship, holding an orcish character.
Oh, there he is. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Did I say?
Could you not tell the difference in the voice?
Yeah.
No, because I thought you said Salt, and I was like, wow, Salt got really articulate. All of a sudden.
No, Salt is actually on the other side of the boat. He's just kind of watching. He's got his little chef's apron on, his hat, etc. So picking back up so Squall is arguing with this guy. I'll leave a second for you to interject if you'd like to. You don't have to. All right.
Knobolas has nothing to say.
I'm giving you like
Who got
2.
released? Who got released? I don't remember. Who is it? Who
Squall.
jailbreak?
Yeah, Squall. What are you barking about? What's going on?
He looks over at you guys. He says, "This piece of shit let Cohen out of his cell." And the orc says, which actually at this point you guys have been on the ship long enough, you would know him. His name's Artok. He says, "What reason would I have for letting him go?" And Squall says, "Funny, I was just thinking what reason I have to not let you go."
Oh. Well, I do value wordplay, but don't you think maybe we should perhaps investigate further before murdering someone? Maybe we can, resolve this without drowning?
All right. So Squall is pretty pissed off at the moment. He's already been dealing with this guy, so I'll let you make a persuasion roll, but it's going to be a disadvantage. I think he's past the point of reason at the moment.
He's pretty pissed.
Okay. I got a 12 and a 13. So about the same either way.
All right. So with a 12, Squall says, "Agnomeio, this is no business of yours." And he takes out his short sword, and he slashes Artok across the chest, and you see a squirt of blood kind of arc backwards as Artok falls into the ocean.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Okay.
All right, don't piss you off, apparently.
Squall
just went Game of Thrones on him. Jesus.
So Squall turns around and looks at Charles. He nods, and he walks back down the stairs towards his quarters. And Elric kind of moves out of his way. So, all right, he is going to go back into his quarters.
I'm just gonna look over at my friends and be like, I don't want to be on his bad side.
Well.
Yeah, I kind of go over to Agnomeio and Knobolas, and I kind of like, did I do that? Did I?
So Alessio, do me a favor and make a stealth roll.
Uh-oh, you might just get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, I might be in trouble here. Stealth roll.
Okay.
Oh, damn. 24.
Oh, the stealthiest.
Luckily for you, because there's somebody, pretty much sitting right next to you, right up above. She's sitting on the deck right above you. Her name's Selro Sparklebell, and she's a little gnome. She's been on the ship, kind of doing some random duties and such. And she looks down and she says, "Well, that was exciting. Did you guys eat breakfast yet?"
No,
starving.
We were just watching the execution. We haven't had the chance to eat.
And she jumps down and she says, she turns to you, Agnomeio, and she holds out her hand. She goes, Hi, I'm Selro. How are you?
Oh, well, very good to meet you, Miss Selro. I am Agnomeio, also known as Noro, but only when I'm wearing my hat.
That whole thing
I
your
am
name?
Alessio. I'm Alessio. And when did you board the ship?
So real quick out of character here. So there were a number of people on the ship. I basically just didn't have them represented because there's like 50 people on the ship. Or there's like 25 people on the ship. These are just part of the crew. So everybody that you see has been on the ship.
So for all we know, our dungeon master snuck a freaking Hydra on the ship at some point.
Well, I mean, you guys are towing behind a mimic, so we'll see what happens with
Yeah,
that.
that's true. Yeah, we had a mimic behind us. So,
There also don't seem to be enough lifeboats for all these people on the ship, Bill. That's a little concerning.
yeah. It's very,
OSHA doesn't exist in this world, man.
yeah. It's very Titanic. Very Titanic.
Yeah, I'm getting Titanic vibes right now, and I don't like it.
Awesome. So anyway, she introduces herself, and she says she's from the forests of Cobbledrop over in Avera, which is just kind of in the northern area. You guys would know that, just whatever. But she's just kind of here as a deckhand and seeing what you guys are up to.
Oh. Well, I am the boatswain, and I have been swaining the shit out of this boat. Have you seen my handiwork? So swainy.
She says, I haven't actually seen any damage to the ship yet.
Yeah, well, that's because I do such a good job.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I am the navigator. I see where we're going, and I see where we've gone.
Oh.
And I polish all of the ship's long cannons.
She looks at you and she winks at Agnomeio and she says, "Me too."
Knobolas is like, I like this girl.
Yeah.
All right. So Squall actually sticks his head back out of the cabin and sees people kind of still on the deck. He says, "Everyone get back to work. Knobolas, take the crow's nest. Daffy's not feeling well today." And then he ducks
yes,
back.
sir.
All right. So Selro kind of looks at Alessio and Agnomeio, and she's like, "All right, well, why don't we go get some food?" Knobolas, nice meeting you.
And you, madame.
Nice
All
to
right.
meet you.
Are you going up to the crow's nest?
Yes, I assume that's... Which one's the front of the ship?
It's
no.
It's
That's-
the
okay,
crow's
okay,
nest
I
is
got
like the tall mast in the middle that there's usually like a sitting
yeah.
there. Yeah. It's fine. Wherever, like there's no actual spot, but all right. So, Knobolas, make a perception check for me.
Alright, you got a 18.
So with an 18, so a few minutes pass, and you see something really big in the water. It's like half the size of the ship, and with an 18, you kind of look at it pretty closely. You realize it's a giant shark, and it's heading back towards where you guys just came.
I'm just gonna scream at the top of my lungs, shark.
That's
like shark.
Sure. So Elric kind of looks over the side. He sees the shark, and he looks back towards where Artok fell in the water, and he just says a little prayer.
Oh, I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about the ship.
Well, the shark's not paying too much attention to you guys. It mostly passes you. You feel like maybe it smelled the blood in the water.
Okay, thank God.
That's a big old shark.
As you said, half the size of the ship. I was like,
It's a big shark. It's a big shark.
okay, I hope it keeps going that way.
Dude,
Full
that's
speed
like,
ahead. Let's
that's
get
like-
ahead.
yeah, that's like Shark Week like level. Jesus.
So while you guys are kind of doing this, Squall comes back out, and he goes over and he's talking to Charles over at the helm. So what would you Agnomeio and Alessio, what would you like to do for the moment?
Well, I understand that there's some breakfast to be had. And one cannot swain a boat without having a proper breakfast.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And for me, Alessio, I want to go back to the helm at the steer of the ship and help navigate and see what's next.
Fantastic. All right, so Agnomeio, you and Excuse me. Man, I shouldn't drink beer if I'm going to just be like burping the whole time. This is why whiskey is better than beer. So
It's true. It's true.
Debatable.
so-
But my beer is pretty damn good today. Like I'm really enjoying it.
nice. So Agnomeio, you and Selro sit together. You have a little bit of some of Salt's finery. He hands you a bowl filled with what can only be described as a milky white liquid with a couple of unknown chunks floating in it. However, well, let's just say, would you try this food?
I never turned down a meal.
I was like, Knobolas had that last night.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this boat is full of semen.
This- see, I forgot what it
Indeed
was
it
like to
is.
play with only you guys.
Molly, don't watch this.
Molly, come back.
Oh God.
So, you take a bite of this food, and it is absolutely delicious. You swear, everything he cooks looks disgusting, but tastes absolutely amazing.
Oh, the presentation leaves something to be desired, but my friend, you are, I don't know, something fancy that people who say fancy things about food would say. You're that. Good man.
I'm a chef.
Yes! Yes, you are.
That's how he responds to that. So, all right. Alessio, you're up at the helm. Squall and Charles, as they see you approach, they actually they are kind of murmuring to each other, and as you approach, they stop, and Charles actually walks away, back down towards Squall's quarters. Squall's at the wheel, and he says, "All right, Alessio, can you take the wheel for me?"
Thy will be done, Mr. Squall.
All right, thank you. So, go ahead and roll a d4 for me, Alessio.
D4 coming up.
Some of the other members of the crew go back below deck. This guy's gone. Sorry, Artok.
We only knew you for so little, but you had such an impact.
When you hit the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that's where you were going with that.
Here we go. D4.
D4. All right. So with a 3. So, let's see. All right. So Knobolas, up in the crow's nest, you feel the whole. Actually, all of you feel the whole ship shudder, as if something below the ship, or possibly you ran aground onto some sand or something. You're not quite sure, but Knobolas, it's so impactful that you actually almost fly out of the crow's nest. You kind of slam up against the side, and you hear the distinctive sound of cracking and splintering wood from below deck. Then quickly it's followed by shouts of people. Squall sticks his head back out of his cabin. He says, "Agnomeio, I need you to go see what that was. Charles, tie a rope to him."
Quickly,
So
seal the bulkheads.
I was like, I
It's
told you,
not that flooding.
I was getting Titanic vibes already. Like we're going full on Titanic with this episode.
So something seems to be a problem roughly at the bottom, or well, I guess the starboard side of the ship. And Charles races over to you. He grabs a rope, and he says, "Agnomeio, you're going over the side. You got your tools with you?"
Yes, sir.
All right.
This is what I do.
He says, "Go down, check it out, and I'll hand you what you need." All right. So he ties a rope around your waist, and are you going over?
Oh yeah, you know I am.
All
I'm
right.
swinging.
Nice. All right, so you go over the side, and Charles is holding your full weight. So you lower down to just above the water, and you notice that there is probably about a 6 or 7 foot long just hole, only about 6 to 7 inches tall, but it's long, and it is in the side of the ship, and you are very much taking on water.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we are going to need to seal that, and we are going to need to adjust the ballast. Tip us portward so that we don't take on more water.
All right, so
Haul the jib.
Charles yells, "Knobolas, Selro, Perkian, go down to the below, or go below deck and move the ballast to the port side. And he hands you several pieces of wood. However, I'd like you to make an investigation check real quick.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Who is that, Knobolas or
Agnomeio.
13.
All right, with a 13. So there is a strange white fabric or something like that attached to where the jagged parts of this wood are. You only just barely catch it before the waves kind of take it away. All right, so I want you to roll a dexterity check, and you can add your proficiency bonus as you try to repair this because you have smith's tools and you're proficient with them.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
So dexterity. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh. You got...
So your proficiency is 2.
Yeah.
no
All right.
So I got a 10.
All right, so you got a 10. So with a 10, so you take a couple of the boards, and as you're trying to kind of, put them over this, the boards themselves are not quite wide enough, so you're trying to finagle this. Meanwhile, Charles is trying to hand you more stuff and hold your whole weight. And Charles yells, Walter, come up here. Come help me hold this rope. And Walter comes from below deck, and he comes back, and he's helping you hold the rope. Go ahead and roll another dexterity check plus proficiency as you guys are taking on more water.
Oh boy. Come on now.
Oh no.
Okay, that's a risky whiskey. All
right, so you rolled a natural 1 for a 3 plus your proficiency would be a 5. So go ahead and risky whiskey.
Oh, let's
Come
hope he doesn't
on,
roll.
baby.
Let's hope he doesn't roll a 2 now. Oh,
All right, that's a 15.
All right, 15. So you hear some screams coming from below deck, which you can see through all the way into the ship, is coming from the prisoners, who now their feet are starting to get a little bit damp. Not great. So as you are taking some of this wood and you're kind of putting it over the side, actually Elric ended up coming up from below deck, and he says, "All right, so I need somebody to lower me down too." Selro comes out of the hold. They tie a rope to themselves. Selro's like, I don't know what the hell I can't hold your weight. And they yell. She yells, "Perkian, get up here!" This guy Perkian, who's a high elf, he comes running over, and they're holding the rope as well. Elric comes over the side with you, and he's going to cast the mending spell wherever you place a board. So go ahead and roll one more dexterity. So you should be making dexterity checks, not saves.
It's the same either way for me. But yeah.
Okay, that's good. So roll one more dexterity check plus your proficiency. Man, you are king of 13s. Holy crap.
Yeah. So 15 total.
All right, 15 total. You know what? Make it with advantage because Elric is helping you.
Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, guess what? It's a 13.
It's a 13. What the heck, man?
What is happening?
Wow.
I mean, what are the chances of that? What 1 in 20 times 3? So
let's say 1
not
in
much.
13.
All right. So with a 15, it still takes. Actually, Charles is going to have to make a strength saving throw here, because he's been holding your weight for a little while here. No problem. He's got you with a 17. So
don't you give out on me now.
So you are able to repair the side of the ship using some of the tools, and Elric really came in clutch here. He, as you placed the boards, he mended it, and it just formed to the side of the ship. And as far as you're considering, it's basically as good as new. So they pull both of you up.
Fist bump as we get pulled up.
Nice. So they pull you both up and onto the deck, and good job. All right.
Quickly, I want to go and investigate what was on the other side of this hole.
All right.
I need to go and examine the hole. Where's the hole? Let me look at it.
All right. So you are. Let's see. Let me just give me a sec to fix this here. So Knobolas is not down there. Neither is Alessio. All right. So you go over to roughly where the hole was, which is about here, and roll investigation for me.
Sure thing. Oh, 22.
Ow.
A 22. Nice.
No 13 this
No
time.
13s on this one.
All right. So with a 22, so you pick up a very long piece of what you can only imagine is snakeskin. It's got the little hexagon kind of shape to it. It looks, there's no mistaking it. It's a piece of snake skin. And it's about 3 feet long.
Oh boy, I think the captain needs to see this.
All right.
I'm going to run back up.
Gotta run back up to to the top deck. All right, so we're back up on the top deck here, and
Mr. Squall, Capitan, look at this. I think we're going to need a bigger ship.
he looks at it.
Thank you, Jason.
I
got it too.
No, yeah, I think we all got it.
I like the Jaws reference. I'm good.
Yeah. Dead eyes, black eyes like a doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eye.
Also, I'm going to do some pinhook straight right since I finished off my Lefroy.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right, so... Sorry, give me a sec. So he says to you, he says, where did you get this? What kind of joke is this?
No. This is no joke. This was inside of... Well, it's not my hole. I guess it was our collective hole. It was inside our hole.
Is this
The
from...
one we had together.
Is this from the Dragonborn down below? Is he shedding down there or
No.
something?
No. The hole in the ship. Whatever made it left this behind.
Persuasion. With advantage, because you got a piece of skin in your hand.
14.
Right.
2
14.
14s. All right. This is an interesting night.
I know, right? Rolling very mediocre. So he takes the piece of skin from you and he looks at it and he says, "This is from a very large snake, or something." You got the ship? You got the ship fixed?
I mean, yes, but what happens if it comes back?
I guess we'll have to figure out when that happens. I know some of these sea serpents here, they'll brush against ships while they're trying to shed their skin. But that's a very, very large snake. Very large serpent. Alessio, get us out of here, please. Then go ahead and roll a d4, Jason.
D4 coming at you.
2. All right. So with a 2... Oh, no. So you misread the wind and travel...
Hit an iceberg.
Yeah. You misread the wind a bit and you travel a bit off course, so you're losing a little bit of time. But you are traveling in the general right direction. So he tells you to hurry up and you basically slow down. All right.
That sounds very Alessio thing to do. Don't fucking tell me what to do.
I will turn this boat around.
Yeah.
All right. So Knobolas, you're still up on in the crow's nest, just kind of being like, what the hell's going on down there? However, why don't you roll a d4 for me, Knobolas? Let's see what you see.
All right, let's find out. Oof, not much.
Well, that's okay. No, the d4 doesn't matter. I mean, you're not attacking the crow's nest, so it's all good. just
You never know. You might.
In fact, you know what? You get so bored, you start just kind of picking at the crow's nest with your dagger. You know, carving like Knobolas was here, W-U-Z. All right, so okay, this will be fun.
Oh no!
I like
don't
fun.
Like the sound of that.
All right, sorry, give me a sec. I just need to change.
If a giant
this here.
snake pops out of the water right now,
No such
I'm going home.
All right. Let's try this one. So you see where I need to hit stop it. There we go. Sorry, doing the music is tough too, and this is new for me. All right, so you see open ocean in every direction, but something in the sky catches your eye. You stare for a while and even need to squint to see it, but something is definitely flying this direction. Something with large wings. You continue to watch and see the sun catch the gold green of its bronze scales brilliantly. It's getting bigger and bigger, easily 25 feet long, but its wingspan is twice that. It's getting closer, no doubt, This is a dragon.
Oh shit!
Oh god, and I thought I was worried about a shark earlier.
What are you gonna do, Knobolas?
I'll scream down, hey, you guys remember when I warned you about the shark? Well, we got real trouble. And then I'll go, dragon!
Thank you for prefacing it with that.
Boy, we got to work on your role play there, Knobolas.
When the giant, massive, half the size of the boat shark swam past us, I felt a little embarrassed that I warned you guys about that one. But...
It's the boy who cried shark.
Right.
It's like, no, listen, guys, for real this time.
All right,
Yes.
so Squall looks up and he's like, what the hell now? He said, can you tell what color it is?
It looks green and gold from the shimmer in the sun, but I'm not quite sure.
And don't worry about it. And he walks back into his quarters. Meanwhile, the dragon gets closer and closer. It then tucks its wings back and it dives into the water, disappearing in a giant splash. A moment later...
Ooh, I want to see that. That sounds awesome.
Knobolas wants to get down from the crow's nest as fast as possible so he doesn't get flung off the ship.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for me, just because
Oh, no.
I'm tempted to give you disadvantage, but I think I'll just let you make it a straight roll.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Hold on. I haven't risky whiskey yet. I actually have a side pour of Michter's Barrel Strength Rye.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna risky whiskey with that one. As much as I love this pour, I gotta
right.
I gotta down it to hopefully do a little better.
Go for it. All right, re-roll your acrobatics for me. Oh, much
little better,
better.
13.
Nah, much better,
Okay.
much better. All right. So you go over the crow's nest and you kind of grab the netting below. You do actually slip a couple of rungs, or whatever you call them, little squares of cargo netting, but you managed to catch yourself and nobody saw. So you're all right. As you climb down hurryingly, you get down to the deck.
Okay.
All right. So while you're doing this, a moment later, the dragon comes up only feet from the ship, the water soaking everything. It spins through the air, beautiful and serpentine. It touches down onto the deck with a thunderous report that you worry will crack the wood. It towers over you, its head adorned with 4 large horns on each side, 3 protruding from each cheek and 1 from the top of its head, pointing back towards the tail. You hear lightning crackle as the creature begins to change before your eyes. Sorry. As the creature begins to change before your eyes into a human woman, bronze eyes, hair streaks of red and blonde, and copper-colored skin. She wears a dress made of strips of bronze-colored fabric held in place by golden loops that glint the sun. Squall comes back out of his quarters, and he walks up to the former dragon, brandishing a spear. He stands about 10 feet away from her. And Squall says, Demmaghal, nice to see you. I have just what you're looking for. And Demmaghal, who's this dragon lady, she says, oh really? And what might that be, Squall? Squall hands over the spear. The workmanship of the spear is so slender and so concerned with beauty. The spear shaft reaches taller than a horse, but it's the width of a finger. Spidery green vines curl all around it, asymmetrical and dotted with soft leaves. The vines meet at the socket of a glass blade, pale green, and the light of the sky gleams through it and glimmers along the edge. Beautiful and terrible, despite all its intricate art, the weapon is clearly a tool of war. The dragon says, The Spear of Torle Windmoon. Where did you find this? Just out of curiosity, are any of you guys proficient in history?
I don't remember.
Good question. Let's see.
I am not.
Nope.
History. Nope.
All right, then Alessio,
I have a +1 in history. Anybody have a plus?
I'm
I got
negative
a
one.
+3.
Oh well, okay, that's pretty great.
All right. Well, in this case, I'm going to let both Agnomeio and Alessio roll history checks, just regular history check. Being as both of you guys are trained in combat, it's possible that you know of this, of Torli Windmoon.
Yikes.
But
18.
Oh, with an 18. Okay,
Oh yeah, I know all about Twirly.
Agnomeio knows all about it.
Okay, here we go.
Knows all about it.
All right, so I'm going to actually load up the map again here. So, Torli Windmoon is a legendary high elf warrior who was defeated in battle during the War of the Curse, where the city of Mastic, which is over here on Avera, was corrupted and many thousands of people died. She led and won many battles along with the rest of her soldiers, called the Jade Sisterhood, before she was killed by undead. Anyway, so this is basically a very famous spear that Squall somehow managed to get his hands on, and he hands it over to Demmaghal, and he says, "Demmaghal, please come join me in my quarters," and she does. So they both disappear below deck for a little bit.
Oh wow! What do you think they're gonna do? I'm gonna go spy on them.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
I mean, you certainly can, Agnomeio, if you'd like to.
I've never seen a dragon. I want to know what dragons get up to, man.
Are you actually? Do you want to try to?
No,
try to...
I'm not.
Okay. All right, totally up to you. Okay, so they're in there for a little while. You hear talking. It doesn't sound like anything devious is happening or otherwise. They're definitely just chatting. You hear some laughing. You hear some just yelling and some laughing. But that's about it. Anything else that you guys would like to do?
I mean, I've never seen a dragon. I wanna ask questions like,
Yeah, I want to kind of investigate.
what's up with being a dragon? I'd like to know.
I feel like collectively we should figure out this dragon story, who this person is, and all that. So,
How are you going to do that?
ask it questions. Can we do that?
I mean, at some point she's going to leave there. If you'd like to try to talk to her, then that would be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can certainly fast forward to when she's leaving. So a little while goes by, probably about 45 minutes or so, when Squall and Demmaghal both emerge back from Squall's quarters. She has the spear in her hand, and you get the feeling that she's about to leave. All right, so she is. You see her. She's kind of looking a little uncomfortable, like maybe keeping this human form is not the most comfortable thing in the world.
Oh well, hey, go dragon. We've already seen the dragon. It's cool.
I guess like just
go ahead.
Yeah, just where I kind of want to ask her, where are you from?
She looks over at you, Alessio, who's behind her. She looks at you and she says, "I live just off the coast."
Just off the coast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you fly in these? Do you fly over these waters often?
Only when I'm looking for something to eat or my buddy Squall here.
What's your relationship with Squall?
And she looks over at Squall. She says, "Squall, who is this that's talking to me?" And he says, "That's Alessio. He's new on the ship. You can eat him. You could talk to him. Whatever you want to do. I don't care."
You can eat him? Fucking Squall. I'm gonna fucking stab Squall in the eye.
Just instantaneous rage.
So
Alessio way.
Demmaghal, she looks at you and you see her eyes actually, they flash in kind of this crystalline black. And she says, "I wouldn't recommend that."
Oh.
All right. So you're not as friendly as I thought you would be. Sure.
All right. So if you guys want anything else from her, I would suggest asking now.
Yeah. You guys are up. I'm done.
I like your wings. They're very pretty. Have a good day, nice lady. I'm a back away now.
I really want to ask her if I can ride on her, but I feel like that's a little inappropriate, so I'm not gonna ride on her.
She actually.
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
So Knobolas, funny that you speak up a little bit because you catch her attention. Well, you catch her attention regardless. I know you didn't say that out loud, and she walks over to you.
Why wouldn't I? Sorry.
Say that you want to ride on her? That's
No. Why wouldn't I catch her attention? I was beautiful.
Oh, I see. So I'm pouring my Ardbeg and iced tea here. So we'll see how
You're gonna need it.
We'll see how the night goes. All right. She walks over to you, Knobolas, and she looks at you for just a moment, and she stares at you deep in the eyes.
Oh boy.
And she puts her hand underneath your chin, and she says, "I know who you are, and I know your mother."
Oh. What?
Well, damn.
And then she says, "When you figure out more about her, I'll find you." And then
she flies away. Let me guess. She flies away before I can question her or anything.
Of course she flies away before you. So she turns back into a dragon. And
oh my god.
Actually, I would like both Agnomeio and Knobolas and Alessio actually all to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh no.
Knobolas is getting knocked. Oh my god, we're all gonna get knocked over.
Oh, I'm good.
So
I got a perfect 20.
So Alessio, you get knocked down to the ground, back onto those stairs. Actually, as the giant dragon beats its wings. Agnomeio, you grab Knobolas by the back of the shirt and you keep him on his feet.
And I wave like one of the little people in Wizard of Oz.
Munchkins. I knew that's what you were gonna say.
And she starts flying off towards where you're sailing. She's flying towards kind of where the front of the ship is pointing. Squall looks at you, Alessio, and she says, "In the future, best not to threaten people in front of a bronze dragon. They're not too fond of that."
Well,
And,
don't fucking tell me. Don't tell her to fucking eat me, asshole.
Oh god, here we go.
I'm like, what was that about, Squall? I've been trying to navigate this ship for you. Tell her to fucking eat me? What the hell's that
It
about?
was a joke, Alessio. It was a joke.
That didn't come off as a joke, Squall.
I'm just over in the corner, just fight.
So, all right, and then he says, "Alessio,
if you've noticed anything about Alessio, I don't have a sense of humor. So don't tell her to eat me, because I'm gonna stab you in the face next time."
All right.
Ooh, damn.
He says, "Noted. Next time we run into a dragon on the ocean, I won't tell them to eat you."
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now get back up to the helm and steer us towards Knife's Edge, please. Okay, thanks.
Noted.
All right, Agnomeio.
Yes, sir.
Can you go below deck and just double check that those repairs are looking good? Knobolas, can you get back up to the crow's nest, please?
Aye, Captain.
Knobolas
Alright.
takes a minute. He's staring at the ground, but he eventually looks up and says, "Okay."
All right. So both of you guys go. I mean, presumably, Agnomeio, you're gonna go below deck.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
All right.
and bail water and such, whatever, you know.
Yeah. So actually, Elric goes with you to go help with the water. All right, Knobolas. Actually, sorry, Alessio. Can you make one more D4 roll for me? The last one of the day.
Sure. 4.
And Knobolas, you're going to be making a 1d4 as well.
Boom.
All right. So you make up for your bad navigation earlier, and you actually pick up a bit of speed. The dragon actually kind of leading you towards land. You point the ship and steer, basically following it. So until it disappears over, out of view. Knobolas, can you make a D4 for me, please?
3.
All right. Perfect. Actually, you managed to... wonderful. You rolled very well tonight. So, no duplicates. All right. So, here's what we see. Knobolas, you see massive thunderheads in the distance. They seem to be encompassing your ship, and as you continue to sail, you hear Squall down on the deck. He runs up to Alessio at the helm, and he says, "Shit, one's a big one. I knew Gonathan was full of shit. We have no choice but to go into it." And after a little while, you guys get closer and closer to the storm, and the sails above your head start to slap, crashing against the ship in the relentless wind. The waters roil and the vessel lurches, tossing the crew from one side to the other.
Find the sails! Find the sails! Furl the jib! Quickly!
You gotta furl that jib. Alright, so the rain begins to fall on the deck. Everything's starting to get a little bit slippery. Squall yells, "Knobolas, come down from the crow's nest and make sure to keep the powder dry." He says, "Agnomeio, damn it, Agnomeio's down at the underneath the deck," and he points over to Charles. Says, "Charles, go get Agnomeio. Tell him to climb up the rigging and take down the fore and the mizzen masts. Alessio, I need you to take the wheel and aim us right at the middle of that thing. Keep the bow pointed at any waves that come." And then
Got it.
he says, "Selro, I need you to come with me." All right. So, Alessio, I need you to make a D4 roll, please.
D4 coming at you.
All right, with a 3, so you do a pretty good job. You're starting to steer into some very large waves, but so far this is the only thing you have to focus on, and all you're doing is keeping that ship pointed at the waves. You can't tell if you're on course or not, but you're not capsizing, so good job. Agnomeio, you come up from below deck. I need you to make 2 separate strength checks for me, please.
You got it.
Go get it.
12 and... Oh, 12. What the fuck?
Man, your rolls are weird tonight. All right,
Yeah.
with two 12s. So you race up the mizzen mast. You collapse the sail, or you lower the sail. You go to the fore mast and you do the same. No problem. You get both of them. It takes you a little bit of time, but you're able to get them both. Knobolas, you're able to cover up the gunpowder, and you're pretty confident that you're keeping it dry. All right, so after about an hour or so, you guys appear into the in the eye of the storm, and Squall and Charles come to relieve you. Squall says, "Good job, everybody. Go below deck, get some sleep. We're not out of this yet, but I can keep us in the eye for a bit and see if the storm fades." All right.
Yeah, that seems safe. Okay, let's do it.
So he's basically, I mean, you guys have been going for, you remember, you barely got enough sleep last night, and then you've been going all day. So, I mean, you're pretty tired at this point. Alessio, I'd like you to make 1 perception roll for me as you're walking down.
Perception. Got it.
Oh, so close to a 20.
I know, so close.
Do you have a risky whiskey left or no?
I haven't used one yet, so I might as well now. That was a pretty shitty roll, so risky whiskey, folks.
All right, so with a 4, you're going to risky whiskey?
Yep. A little better.
Better,
Right.
yeah.
So with a 10, as you walk by Squall's room, you notice that his door is open, whereas normally it is not, and it's kind of just banging open and closed in the swells. You notice the light is on, whatever. So just something to know.
Okay. Is
Okay.
He's not in there.
He's not in
correct?
there. Nope, he's up at the helm.
He's up at the helm?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, it's hard to tell because I'm still up at the helm.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Where I'm looking.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
So you guys are down here. He's up there. Charles is up there with him.
Oh, Charles up there with him. Okay.
Yep. Sorry about that. And actually, there's a lot to do. It'd be nice to have somebody else doing some of this stuff. Not that you guys could, but I'm just saying, like I get how some of the huge streams, like they have, people working this stuff for them while the DM does what he's doing. Anyway, all right. So
That's
you guys
why
are
I,
Patreon,
can
patreon.com/DungeonsDrams.
Can I,
yes, please do.
Am I able to investigate Squall's room real quick while he's up there?
You certainly can.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me to see if see how you're feeling about your ability to enter without being noticed.
19.
19. No
nice.
problem. So Squall is kind of looking around. He's checking out the storm, and you're able to slip into his quarters. No problem at all. So, give me just a moment. I like this music.
A little
Yeah, me
intense
too.
for this moment.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
You know what? I don't know if you guys noticed, but like when the wind was picking up, when the storm was coming, it got like the music got real dramatic, like right on perfect timing.
Yeah, no, that was
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right, so you are inside of his chambers, and as far as you know, you have not been seen. So his chambers are very roomy. There's a large bed, a table, maps, everything you'd expect to see in a captain's quarters.
Okay, so what I want to do is just like kind of maybe check under his mattress. I'm just looking for anything that might help the collective good of our quest for the group.
Sure.
And any information I can find out about Squall. He's been pretty like he's the leader of the ship, but we don't really know much about him. I'm just trying to find out more information about him, and maybe what his end game is, his agenda.
Sure. All right. Go ahead and roll investigation for me, please.
Yes, waiting for that roll. Here we go. Give me a big one. Oh, okay, 9.
A 9. All right. So, let's see. So you look around, and you see that piece of snakeskin on his table there, with a little note next to it that just says like, you know, is this? The note basically.
Is this real life?
No.
Or is it fantasy?
I'm sailing away. So, all right, I know, different song, but all right. Anyway, so you see a piece of the snakeskin on the table with a little note next to it that says, "Halix?" ?
Halix.
Roll one more time for me, please.
Halix.
Actually, you know what? Sorry. Hold on. Roll stealth one more time. Let's see how much time you can realistically spend in here, because I'm not gonna give you a free investigation. All right,
19.
Another 19, no problem. All right, so you're starting to hear thunder and lightning outside, and you're pretty confident that nobody's gonna care what the hell you're doing. Roll one more investigation check.
Come on, better investigation.
Oh, baby.
10. One more better.
All right,
This is
so
slightly better.
you find one piece of paper kind of underneath a map. It's dated from 3 weeks ago. It says, "I heard from Avandra. She's going to meet us off the shore of Alawith for an exchange. 500 gold pieces." And that's really all that you're able to find, unfortunately. All right.
Avandra. Okay.
Avandra was the name of the captain that was part of the Frost Elves when you first handed off Virus. Sorry.
Yeah, you'd be proud of me, Bill. I actually had that in my notes.
Oh, okay. When you said Avandra that way, I was like, damn it, he doesn't know who that is.
No, I said Avandra, and I'm like looking at I'm like, oh, I've met her before. Okay.
All right, next time I'll let you talk first. All right.
Yep.
So at this point, you start kind of feeling like maybe you should get going.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't want to stay too much longer than I should, so I'm out.
All right. So we will go to, whoops, not that one. We're going to go to the lower decks here. As the three of you are below deck. Now, you guys sleep on the same level as the prisoners here, and the floor is still a little bit wet, but between both Agnomeio and Elric's work, there's very little evidence that there was basically a flood in this room. However, the prisoners seem much more nervous, and they're asking you what's going on outside.
Oh, no big deal. You know, just a storm at sea. One of the wise men's fear. Don't worry about it. Try not to drown. Good night.
So the high elf that was a bit more distant, Knobolas, as you pass by, he looks at you and Alessio, and he says, "Seriously, did I see a dragon out my window? What's going on outside?"
There was a dragon. She visited, and then took off.
Yeah, she seemed to know our captain here. That we really didn't get to talk to her much, but she seemed to be a friend of his of some sort.
What was her name?
Hey. No questions. You go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. No questions. None of that. Go to sleep.
He says, I apologize for how I acted before, but if that was Demmaghal, I have to know.
And why would you need to know that?
If it was who?
Demmaghal.
Oh,
Demmaghal. No, it was not Demmaghal.
Okay.
but if it was, why would you need to know?
My family are merchants, and we've sailed these oceans a lot, and Demmaghal helped protect us. And if she was up above, she could potentially help me out, too. Maybe maybe she knows me, maybe we could help, I could plead my case, maybe she could help rescue me, something like that.
Oh, look at Mr. High and Mighty trying to get out of the cell. None of that! Go to sleep.
I think Knobolas would just like to lock eyes with him and kind of nod and walk away.
Okay. All right, he does the same. He says, if she comes back, tell her that Fenmanor Nalistel is down below.
I nod back.
All right. All right, so you guys are heading to bed?
That sounds good. Daffy's still passed out over there, so.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah. I bring her some soup to help her feel better.
That's very nice. So the soup that you bring her, it's green and pink somehow, and it just looked like there's streaks of pink flowing through. It's almost like pea soup if you were to drop like a strawberry candy in it. It looks absolutely disgusting. And you tell her to drink it, and she does, and she's like, "Oh, that's so good." And she says thank you, and she kind of goes back to sleep.
Feel better.
You notice that she has a bucket next to her, and it is not empty. So
I empty this for you. I'll take this away.
thank you, Agnomeio. I'm used to being on land. The sea's not my thing. Sorry,
Well, you see,
I'm used to being on land. The
legs,
sea's not my thing. I hope Molly sees that. That's how Molly actually talks in real life too. She goes like that with her hands.
Falsetto.
Bill, stop making fun of me. Anyway, so all right. Anyway, so you guys are going to sleep.
Yep.
You don't have to.
I
Tell me what you'd like to do.
Okay. I think Knobolas would like to lay in bed and wait around until everyone else falls asleep. I don't know if this is the right decision, but I think I'm gonna do that.
All right. I mean, Agnomeio, Alessio, tell me what you guys are doing.
I mean, y'all didn't hear me say that. Y'all think I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, no, that's.
I mean, we're kind of going through a storm right now. I think it's just best to lay down and go to take a rest.
I put my hat to bed and then I lay down beside it.
Excellent. As one does. Yes.
As one does.
Yes. All right. So Alessio is going to sleep on top of Elric, apparently. So, all right.
As one does.
As one does.
As Knobolas did last night. That's how we had the creamy soup.
I want to somehow absorb his magical powers.
Through osmosis.
I would bet that's a line he's used before.
Yeah,
No, come on, baby. You'll absorb some magical powers.
Absorb some magic powers. I'm fucking Elric. Look at my hair. Look at my red hair.
All right, Knobolas, what are you up to? Of course.
The boat starts swaying slightly more.
Slightly more, yes. Or slightly less, depending on the frequency. Yes.
Yeah.
Then we matched the frequency of the ocean. We were really getting it. Okay, no, that's not what Knobolas does. That's not.
All right, so Knobolas, what would you like to do?
So I think Knobolas, this guy knew the name of the dragon woman that we taught earlier, and I kind of want to see how he knows her. But I don't want my shipmates to kind of know I'm doing this. So
Sure.
they are asleep in this moment, so they are not aware of this conversation.
Okay.
So I'd like to go back out here to see if he's still awake.
All right, roll a stealth check for me, please.
Okay. It is 16.
Nice.
Okay. So you're able to your stealth roll was higher than their passive perception. So you wait until you're pretty confident that both Agnomeio, Alessio, Elric, and Daffy are all asleep, and you walk back out to Fenmanor. You walk over to his cell.
And I look in and I'm like, hey, is he awake?
He is now. He says, "Hey."
So, This woman that sorry, I forget her name. Sorry, this
Demmaghal.
Demmaghal. Thank you.
Yep.
This Demmaghal, like that name is so familiar to me, and she claims to have known me. Where is she from?
He says she's from the coast of Akari. She lives somewhere along there. I mean, I couldn't tell you where the dragon lives, but she takes an interest in any merchants coming by, and you can hire her to either protect you by giving her. She has a penchant for important artifacts, books, weapons, pieces of paper that are from treaties, basically anything historical of note. And if you bring her something, she'll protect you. My parents, we're from a merchant family. They have had a very long relationship with Demmaghal. Who's your mother? Maybe I know her.
That's kind of my dilemma here. I'm trying to find out more about her. I knew her very little, but Demmaghal claimed that she knew both me and my mother. So I'm just curious if you happen to know anything about that.
I mean, without a name, it's going to be tough. Was she a sailor? Was she a merchant?
She was. All I know that she was an elf, and she was a very prominent and well-respected elf. And unfortunately, that's all I know. And I've really tried to discover more about her and her history. And apparently, Demmaghal knows her. So,
Is she a high elf? Is she a forest elf? A wood elf? What is she? Do you know?
I believe she is a high elf, but I am not 100% certain on that.
Well, think about it, and if you come up with any more information, maybe I can help you.
Will do, and let's keep this between us, okay?
Sure. And sorry about, insulting you before. I'm locked in a cell. I'm not at my best.
It's okay. Us elves and half-elves, we stick together.
Excellent. All right.
And then, Knobolas goes to bed.
Sure. All right. So as you fall asleep, you hear the wind starting to creep up outside. Or, well, let me ask: does anybody else want to do anything tonight? Okay. It looks like we lost Ed.
Okay.
No, he's here. Oh, he's already clocked out. He's asleep.
Apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fine. So as you guys all go to sleep for the night, as you all go to sleep for the night, son of a bitch. All right. Knobolas, go to bed. There you go. All right. So as you all go to sleep for the night, Knobolas, you finish your conversation with Fenmanor, you lay down, your eyes close, and just as you're drifting off, you hear, Knobolas, wake up. You're in danger. And that's where we're going to end our episode for the night.
What?
All right.
Knobolas.
Okay.
So that'll be the end of tonight's episode. Thank you everybody for joining us. And I'm sorry, Ed, that you missed the very last minute of the episode. But
It's
well.
okay. You know what? Everyone else got the Cliffy hanger. We're good.
The Cliffy. Oh, I love it.
That is the Cliffy.
All right. So everybody make sure to check all the descriptions in the chat below, not just for the Patreon, but also the Discord. I would love to have some more people in there. It'd be great to chat about D&D, especially if you're a fan of Dungeons & Dragons or just fantasy in general. We can chat. Aside from that, make sure to follow us on Twitch. Since we just started streaming, having some followers right away will actually help us immensely because it'll make Twitch think that we're important. And other than that, if you happen to be watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a video pretty soon that will recap the first 15 episodes. So that will help you to catch up if you are just catching this and you are new. Thank you, Clifton, Jason, and Ed, who is unfortunately not here, for playing tonight. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their night. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.